Hey, how's it going, guys? Today we're gonna talk about curious deposits, as I just so happen to have one highlighted right there. What these do is you can mine them and then refine them to turn them into nanites, and it's just a great way to farm a ton of nanites. Finding these deposits, there's a few videos floating around saying that you need a couple combinations on a planet to come across them, because when you scan a planet when you're in space, it doesn't say, hey, this planet has curious deposits. It's literally just something you come across. So some people have been trying to put together like some patterns saying that it needs to be a blue system with indium and have fungal mold, and it needs to be a high sentinel activity planet. Well, I just found this curious deposit on an indium planet, not activated indium, just indium in a blue system with fungal mold, no sentinel activity. And so what I'm gonna do, build a base computer. And what I'm hoping is that there's another deposit, somewhere fairly close, hopefully within the vicinity of this curious deposit. Now, these are on a hill. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to build a structure to keep them in. I don't want these things running off. Whoa, that is... okay. I don't want, when you attack these with your multi-tool, they'll start rolling around, and let me actually just go into the build camera. So you want to build some sort of enclosure to keep them in. I don't know if they spawn in the exact formation, so I'm just gonna go a little extra wide just in case. Fill that in because, they're not gonna squeeze through there, but it's just how I am. And then I'm gonna build half floors. If just in case we build over where they spawn, if they just won't spawn, right? I don't know if that's the case or not. I should also probably build myself a little enclosure. So I want this area to be as open as possible. So if we can find a way to actually get some refiners back here, find another close deposit, that would be awesome. So I'm going to get started on the refiners, and then we'll come back once I've got all those completed. I'm done constructing the base. I just have one large refiner, 3 medium refiners in here. It's just all the materials I had on me at the time. I have a bunch at my base. I can go back and grab some more. I can just buy some. No big deal. I don't have a plasma launcher on my multi-tool, so instead I'm just going to use a scatter blaster. That's not very efficient. How about this? Also not very efficient. That's way more efficient. Mine this stuff up. Alright, so then you come in here, lots of mold. Lots and lots of mold. So when you refine them, it takes 5 mold and turns it into 1 nanite cluster. So this is going to take 15 minutes to process. We're just going to go ahead and start processing. And I'm going to go off while that's processing and look for another curious deposit. So I'll get back to you guys if I find one. Alright, so here's another curious deposit. This one is pretty good size. God, that scared the heck out of me. Another base computer. Put this one at the top of the mountain. Okay, so due to the angle that these are at, they're obviously going to roll this way. So we're going to do the same layout as the other base. So we want to give these plenty of room to roll around. Here, let's test this out now. Clear that out of the way, clear that out of the way. That's perfect. It just rolls straight down. All right, so let's see how many we got from this cluster. Plus we had 2 left over. That'll take 20 minutes to process. I'm kind of thinking that I want to build a teleporter to get me there, but I know these things take time to respawn. The other one should be respawned by now. So I'm trying to think. Well, let's test this out. So we just threw those in. If we use the ship, is that enough? I don't want to keep wasting fuel, so we might build those landing pads. That was all of them. Yep, all these should be done processing. For 9,000. Heck yes. That's good. Since I can just use my ship to go back and forth, just farm these 2 bases, I don't want to have to waste launch fuel all the time. Let's build the other one. There. Perfect. Alright, so that's still going. 9,000. Alright, so from the moment I got into the ship, that took 25 seconds since I got out. Everything spawned. Alright, so that took 40 seconds. From the moment I got into my ship. So it takes about a minute and 5 seconds. We'll say a minute 10 seconds to get back into your ship and take off. But okay, so with this one dropping 8,300, that one dropping 9,700, that's 18,000. 18,000 in 2 minutes and 20 seconds. 60 divided by 2.5, it's 24 times 18,000. 432,000 divided by 5. We could make a little over 86,000 nanites in an hour. Wow. The way that it stands right now, the amount of mold that we are getting from those curious deposits, flying back and forth between both bases, we are able to essentially mine 86,000 nanites per hour. And again, that's not including the refine time. Alright guys, so I let everything refine. I didn't add any more mold after those like 30 minutes of me just without min-maxing my time going from base to base. I even added in one more large refiner to each base. I didn't use this large refiner to refine any of the mold. I just let those 3 medium and that 1 large refiner do everything. This is the amount of nanites I ended up with. I believe I started out with, if I remember correctly, it was like 7,000 or 9,000 and some change. So roughly 40,000 without min-maxing my time, going back and forth. That's a really, really good way to just farm nanites, just going back and forth. If you find a curious deposit, build a base around it like this, mine them up. I'd say the best way to do it is if you got one of those plasma launchers, and it'll just annihilate everything in a AoE radius. Get in your ship, fly to another curious deposit base, just rinse and repeat, throw them in refiners, let the refiners just go while you just run back and forth acquiring all your runaway mold. So yeah, this is by far the most efficient, non-glitchy way or exploit way to get nanites. I highly recommend doing this, and it's super easy to set up. I mean, it's just you put a wall where the ball. Whoa! What is happening? Yeah. So nanites, curious deposits, get multiple bases as close as you can, and fly back and forth without getting hit by comets. What in the world was that? Whoa. But yeah, so if you guys enjoyed, please consider subscribing, like the video, and I hope this helps you guys out. Thanks a bunch, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take it easy.